pandemic has put tens of millions of Americans out of work. Ohio's antiquated unemployment system hasn't made things any easier. But as Walter Smith Randolph shows us, things could start changing as soon as tomorrow, which will hopefully mean help is on the way for those who have been waiting on checks for months.
You sit on hold for hours. And then it's a nightmare. Every bit of it's a nightmare.
Stacey Hobson is fed up with the Ohio unemployment system. She's back on the job now as a prep cook in Fairfield, but she was unemployed last year when pandemic shutdowns began.
I literally didn't have any money coming in at all from March, the end of March, until I would say towards the end of May.
While Stacey has gotten some assistance, she says she's owed $1,400 in unemployment benefits, money she's been asking about since July.
I think it's a mess. I think it was put together so quickly because they were under so much distress.
It's stories like Stacey's that have Governor Mike DeWine asking for help from private businesses. DeWine says Ohio will be borrowing private sector executives to help run the unemployment system.
No one's going to work any miracle. This was an avalanche that hit along with the pandemic. So many Ohioans, and the system was simply not built for this.
The system has also been flooded with fraud.
It aggravates me because people are getting it that don't deserve it. I know somebody who got a W-2 for over $22,000, and they've never worked a job in their life.
To combat some of that fraud, Job and Family Services is launching a new hotline where you can report identity theft connected to fraudulent unemployment claims. 50 employees will work the hotline.
We can't fix this overnight, but we've reached out to the private sector to bring in people.
For Stacey, the fix can't come soon enough. Walter Smith Randolph, Local 12 News.
JFS says 1.7 million 1099 forms were issued last month for people who had unemployment paid out in their name, and many of those people never received the money and didn't even know their identities were compromised until they received the 1099. If you think your identity was stolen, you're asked to call a hotline. That number is 833-658-0394.